the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
101 TKO Radio, it's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. Happy Friday Eve. We are back in the lab. What's going on? What the fuck is that? We are back, man. It's the Women Are Dope show, and I am super excited. I have two amazing guests in the building. You know, anytime females come on these airwaves, you know what I'm saying? Just like Rude Girl Radio, hashtag.
Yes.
It's always a dope vibe. So put your hands together for the one and only DJ Roots Queen and Daffodil in the building.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Really, really wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm good. Let me tell y'all, right? So I was so excited about today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get myself together before work. And then on my way here, I popped off 2 nails. I was like, how am I going to be in front of Roots Queen with 2 nails missing?
You know what, girl? I just finally got my nails done for the first time since like September.
For real?
Listen, look at this. This is $72.
Girl, they be taxing for nails too much. Like, what happened
it's because I get gel and then they charge extra for the deep fringe.
Yeah.
Too. They're short. I'm like,
what happened to back in the day when it was like $35 for like the simple little? Give me an airbrush.
Swear.
Give me an airbrush.
Because they charge $30 extra for the gel polish. That's why.
$30. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah.
But I mean, I noticed that my nails last longer when I get the
nice, and you pay for the upgrade. Okay, well that makes sense. Then.
I can't even get nothing done on my toes. I think they kind of messed one of my toes up a little bit.
For real?
Yeah. So I've just been like, doing a natural remedy on it. It's called black snake oil.
Really? Is it working?
Antifungal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try some of that.
Honestly, sometimes you really should take a break from those salons.
Very true.
Digging
all
that
SNS, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, and it wasn't even that. I used to have ingrown, so every time that they were digging at it, they were making it like deeper and deeper and deeper. It didn't hurt or nothing,
but
so I had to like clip it off, put the oil on it, and like wrap it so it would grow out normal again.
Are you
serious? It wouldn't lift from the corner, yeah.
See, you got to be careful with them.
Yeah, that's some nail salon people. That's why I stopped getting my feet done.
Yeah, and they be trying to go fast, so they don't really be changing out. And I wonder if they're all the way sanitary, so you got to definitely watch it.
Right, exactly.
Man, listen, well, I am super excited to have this conversation with you guys. It's Friday Eve. Before we get started, we're going to play a little game. Y'all ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and you got to answer as honestly as you can. I don't care what your answer is.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start with you, Daffodil. You ready? It's your moment.
Really? What you been asking?
It's your moment, baby. It's your moment. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
First question. Who is your all-time celebrity crush? Who you got? Go on, tell it.
Why you want to ask me that?
I want to know what's in the head of yours. Go on, lean in. Who you got?
I got a couple.
I mean, I'll take your top 2.
Top 2. Ooh. Let me narrow that down. I gotta think for real.
You got 5 seconds.
Okay.
5.
Sweetie.
Okay, 4. Okay, 3, 2.
Lotto.
Okay, Lotto. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, you like the little young little.
I like them light skins.
Light skins, the round skins.
Little
Okay.
mix, you know.
Okay, all right, Mississippi. Okay, DJ Roots Queen, who was your all-time celebrity crush?
My all-time celebrity crush, Jimi Hendrix.
Really?
Number 2 is David Bowie, but David Bowie in Labyrinth. And then my third one is Kevin Costner.
Really?
Yeah, when I was Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, those are like my kid crushes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're like
I don't have crush on celebrities like as an adult.
Yeah, nah.
Because it's like I meet them all the time, and I get to really like see
how they are for real.
Like, yeah, looks is not like. Of course, a guy has to look good.
Yeah.
But looks has nothing to do with it because I don't like. Honestly, I don't even really like them to be too pretty and
you gotta have a
around
little
the edges
ugly
and stuff. You gotta get them a little rugged because when they're too pretty and they're too in the
they think
mirror
they
all
better
the
than
time,
you. Well, they might be gay because we are in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They might be.
But
I hope
for
they
real,
are.
It's like they really. It's too much of a chance of them being a gallus. And I'm
Yeah.
not with that, all that.
Yeah,
you know?
the Devo mentality kind of really gets to me. Okay, first question. Second question. If you had to choose any other career other than what you do now, what would it be and why?
A lawyer, because I want to be able to help and protect people that don't get the justice
Okay.
that they need.
You been locked up before? I only ask because it's interesting to hear what people say because whatever your cause is, like, it's okay. I've been locked up before for some weed.
Does military police count?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she was in the military. So.
You gangster for real, for real.
Yeah, we have a whole story. I'll actually, if you go to RugoRadio.com, we actually have a couple blog posts telling her story. So
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, we have a survivor.
There's some layers there. Some layers. A lot of layers.
Yeah,
you
we have a
know,
survivor
learning military law.
Wow, that's a whole nother stint right there.
It is.
You look traumatized a little bit.
I am.
Well, that's okay. We're going to work through it, girl.
We gonna work through it. We all got a little trauma. Okay, what about you? Did you?
So if I wasn't a DJ, honestly, I would be like an ad executive or
really
executive.
I can understand that. The co-creative aspect kind of. I can see that.
It's basically what I went to school for, and then
really
something's, and then I know you've heard about the ghost job thing. And, it's like now they say that the best way to get a job. That's why I went back to school because I was like, I should do something besides DJing.
Wow,
it's kind of boring. I need something more intellectual.
Yeah.
When I say boring, I don't mean the club and the nightlife. I mean like.
Engaging and actually
and like think about it. Once you know how to DJ, it's like mix the record in, mix the record out, mix the record in, mix the record out.
That's true.
It's like that's why a lot of DJs are kind of dumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very simple.
It is. It's hard, but it's like literally like riding a bike. It's like mindless.
Repetitive muscle memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then the marketing, I'm really really good at it. So that's what I would do. And then I think I want to get a master's degree in digital media because. I'm telling you.
Come on.
I'm telling you why. I'm going to tell you why, too, because I don't always like to outsource everything. I like to be able to know how to do everything.
Yeah.
Because that shit can be a little bit too expensive.
Oh, my, Nelly. She preaching. Preaching.
When you, like, and I'm talking about us, like, that's why I be trying to tell people that sometimes, like, you can't just, like, you got to have different prices for corporate and independent and stuff like that. Because it's like...
Everybody, and it's something that you need, but people will try to hit you over the head based off of your social media presence. Like, nigga, I'm trying to get it too. Like,
yes, exactly. And you know what? That's good that you brought that up because people always want to know why I'm able to be around some of the people I be around. You want to know why? Because I don't ask them for money.
Come on, friend.
Never. I never ask any of them for money.
You're a giver
They'll
in the
buy
situation.
Services.
Yeah,
I'm a giver in the situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, rich people, if you want to get on a rich people's nerves, ask for some money.
That's the first thing you got to do. They'll get you out the way so fucking fast.
Yeah.
I think that's anybody, but I love that you said that because as an artist and creative, I think there's a big misunderstanding of, okay, I got to get some money. No, you have grinded for years.
Yeah.
You've been doing your thing since 17. How long you been doing your thing, Daffodil?
Since the 2020s.
So, so when you've been putting in that time, it's like, nah, I ain't got no money, nigga. Like,
help me. I've been, writing and rapping since I was a kid, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's deeper than that.
Was you in a church house? I can tell. I
You
smell
can
it on
tell,
you.
right?
I can smell. My daddy a preacher. I can smell it on you. A mile away. A mile away. A mile away. All right. Third question.
Okay, go ahead with
Y'all
the third
ready?
question. Yeah.
You looking like that? All right. What's your favorite position? I'm just take it how you want it.
I sleep with a lot of girls.
God damn.
So you guys switch? I always wondered that.
I like head.
I ain't mad at that.
So good.
That's some real. That's a non-negotiable.
And I like a little biting too. It kind of.
She's freaky too.
You autistic a little bit. You
I was
autistic.
like, you need to go to my sister's room or something. Girl.
Yeah, like
I like that place. At first, I was like super nervous because like I'm really bad in crowds because I have anxiety. But I like to see that stuff. I might not do those things in public.
So
but
you
in
a different.
private,
So you a different person behind closed doors.
Gotta be though, because like I feel like sex is a valuable part, and it's not everything. But like if the sex ain't good,
it ain't hidden. Yeah,
and then you got other problems. That's a bad
this ain't
relationship.
gonna last. Yeah, it ain't gonna last at all. All right, Ruth Queen, what you got?
Okay, so I would definitely say the one that I have the most fun in is doggy style. But really, you want to know what my favorite is?
What?
You know how you kind of like lay there and then he's kind of like on his side and you're kind of like this?
Hey, it's the
and
combination of the morning time. Don't you breathe on my back. Don't be looking. It's the best of both worlds.
Yes, exactly. Like you don't have to hold yourself up. He don't have to hold himself
and I can
up.
still kind of lay a little bit and be cute, and I can look back at it
and
a
you
little
can just,
bit.
Yes.
I can toot it up a little bit.
Yeah, and then you can get up and change after a little
Don't
while.
breathe on me though.
Yes, exactly.
Breathe back there. Listen, give him a round of applause. I love it. I'm enjoying the conversation because it's so important as creatives to be able to give and take that energy. So I love when I interview people and they give me that energy back. So thank y'all for being such dope energy.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Now, give me a little bit of your background before I dive into DJ Roots Queen because we got a long way to go.
Oh man.
Come on in the room.
Music and military. That's been my life for
Wow.
years. That's it.
That's two different spectrums.
Yeah, but I was doing music while I was in the military as
What were
an
you
escape,
doing?
though. I was a logistics, so I do like computer systems and
Mm.
heavy lifting and telling people what the fuck to do.
Okay.
But
So talk about your musical style then. How did you kind of get into it and who were some of your influences?
oh, so like I make a lot of sad rap.
Okay.
Like it doesn't matter what the beat is. It's probably a sad story behind it or something
Really?
toxic. Missy Elliott, Juice World. Juice World was a big one for
Okay.
me.
Okay.
I really that when he died, that
That hit you
touched
hard?
me.
Okay, okay.
I was like, what? Then I was like, man, I plan on getting on stage with you one day. You just know.
Get on the grave, niggas. So why the
Um,
sad music? What is it about that speaks to your creative energy?
Because when you listen to like a lot of that music, it shows you the I ain't gonna say progression. It shows you the deepness of your life.
Mm.
It's the different intimacy.
Okay.
It's not just about like partying and getting the girls or fucking the guys.
Mhm.
It's showing you some real shit about how those things can dictate your life and lead to your demise. Because you know you use drugs and alcohol to facade what you're actually going through
Come on, layers.
as an escape, and then you make that music talking about those things, and people think about it as oh my gosh, this is a dope song, but it's like, are you getting the message behind it?
So you trying to really hit them in the dome where it really
Yeah,
comes through.
because you got to though. You got to get some like you listen to music and you shake your ass or whatever. But it's like when you really like, I can make shaky ass music, but it's gonna be a deep ass story behind that.
Like
shit.
a stripper in the club who got like 5 baby daddies or something like that.
No,
Like Brenda
it
had a
could
baby?
be like something that
Maybe you're in love with a stripper in the club. and
it
she
could be
just-
like something about
Yeah.
domestic violence, but the way that you can construct it to a different type of sound can have a deeper intimacy and deeper meaning to it than just I like this beat. I'm finna shake my ass to it because of the hook. It can be something so much deeper.
So you like the creative process of kind of taking kind of stagnant things and kind of creating
Yeah,
the whole
I like
world
that,
around
though,
them.
because like I can take my life and I can put it to different sounds to be able to get those things out of me to where it's like you can still give someone that shake your ass music, but you're talking about something completely different that you probably wouldn't want to shake your ass to.
How is your creative personality different from who you are in everyday life?
I wouldn't say it was much because like while I was in the military, I was doing that shit.
Were you sad? Were you sad while you were in the military?
Yeah, I was. They can diagnose you too as suicidal and homicidal at the same time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You can be both at the same time.
Wow.
So like, yeah, I was suicidal, but I think I was more homicidal.
Okay,
I wanted to get
okay.
those motherfuckers for that shit.
Okay. So music was kind of your escape way. So
Yeah.
walk me through kind of where you got to now with DJ Roots Queen. What was that journey like?
Oh, rough, man. It was traveling, trying, networking, making sure I did things copacetically.
Yeah.
Didn't want to fuck up because I'm a perfectionist. So it's like I need that stuff perfect. It needs to be lined up like this. What's this? What's that? What's that? Boom, 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 boom. So I can know I'm not, missing any spots, any areas. And of course, I missed a lot of things because you're not gonna do it perfect, and that's turmoil to myself too because it's like I get to where it's like if it's not done perfect,
You start
I'll
kind
be like, what am I doing wrong
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
What
yeah,
I need to do
yeah.
here? What else I need to get done? And then like funding too for me. I wasn't getting paid that much in the military. They need to pay people more.
Wow. Okay.
That's
I mean, I've
crazy.
heard of
They need
that.
to pay people more.
I thought they was paying decent with the benefits.
No, and then like you don't really get those benefits really until you get out, and then you got to go deal with the
The
veterans
whole veteran affairs and a whole nother
and that's
thing.
a whole nother situation.
So I'm curious now. You're emo from Mississippi. How does that work?
People don't like.
They
Some
don't
people,
understand it, do they?
They don't. I ain't gonna say they don't like it. Like my I'm Rolling Jimmy song. They like it because they hear what it is, but they don't even know the story behind it because it's like a shake your ass song if you really listen to like the beat and stuff. But it's so much different. So like
Yeah.
they look at me and it's like you're talking about sad stuff and you're talking about this, and they look at how I dress and they look at me like, you are weird.
I feel you.
Why you dress like that? Especially like if I have like female clothing on, as they say, and then I'll have like like the baggy pants or the sweatpants.
That's what
or
Aaliyah
something
did
like
though.
that.
Like that used
And
to be
they
the
like,
trend
why
though.
you look like that? Why you dress like that? And that's a problem. And I even had people tell me, well, people just look at you and talk to you like that because one minute you may have on a dress and the next minute you may have on this, and it's like, okay,
I can't be versatile.
I
Like
be versatile too. Like that.
yeah, like what's the ish? But you know
I
what?
like it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
But wait till they
comfortable
see
in
how I
it.
dressed around walking Decatur.
Right.
I was like a bum.
I'm straight raggedy.
Yes. I'm inside like those old promo shirts from a long
Yeah.
time ago. I buy those in large, so that way they can just
So they can hang off of you?
Yeah, I can sleep in them. I can't sleep with no like pajama pants on or nothing. So
You
it's
know
like I just get a
what?
long t-shirt.
It's so funny you said that because I didn't know you was coming, but I have something for you. And it's funny because
It's gonna be my new sleep shirt.
it's a new sleep shirt. And I was like, it's really
No, I'm
big.
gonna wear that a few times
And I
first.
was like, I gotta tell her that this is something that she can be super comfortable in. So that is
Yes.
for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I
Yes,
love this
yes,
shirt.
yes. That's another night shirt for you. So talk to me about the relationship between you and DJ Roots Queen. How do we get this started? What's going on? What we looking at right here?
Formulating.
What we formulating,
Talking
Roots
to her
Queen?
about everything. I was even talking to her about my
I don't be
military
letting nobody
stuff.
talk to me about nothing either. I don't.
So how did
Talking
how did
about-
she get your attention?
Well, she was buying marketing from me, and
spend that money.
yeah. So she just was asking me questions, but the thing about it though was I could tell she was a soul that needed a little help and guidance. I don't know. The spirit just told me.
Yeah,
to. You know how that goes.
yep. So you kind of connected there, and so what have you been doing? Like starting creating vibes, or what we got going?
Well, yeah. So tomorrow she's in town because she's performing at 404 Day with Zaytoven.
You ready?
Yeah. So.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and she constantly, anytime I run a special, oh, I want that special, I want this, so I don't really mind her like texting me and asking me questions and stuff like that. I don't
because
feel
that
like
rapport has been there. You built that.
and it's like it doesn't go one way; it goes like two ways.
Yeah,
You know? So.
I like that. How often do you get people just trying to come at you? Your whole face just dropped. How often do you get people coming at you like just for free stuff? Like, do you feel like they
Every
just
day.
for real?
Yeah, I know how to gracefully deal with that kind of stuff. Though.
Wow. So you've been DJing since 17. What was your start? Like, how'd you get your start DJing?
Well, I got started. It was actually really sad why I got started. I got started because my dad died in a car accident.
Wow.
And I ended up being at like raves and stuff. And
Wow.
ended up at an after party. And I was just like, I want turntables. I want to do that. That looks so much fun. And it's just kind of like, how girls are. We see boys doing things and we want to do
it too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just because they're doing it.
Just because I play flag football.
I really feel like, anything that you can do, I can do it better.
Facts.
Coco T used to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Coco T. So,
Rest in peace.
yeah, it's just kind of like a competitive thing, and it turned into being, a good catharsis. Catharsis, yeah.
Dang. So what was your first gig? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. It was
Were
at
you
the
nervous?
Masquerade in Tampa.
Okay.
I guess it was all vinyl, and I played drum and bass. That was before EDM was out. So.
Oh man. I used to party at drum and bass. I used to be a rave girl. So
Yeah,
like I
so
used
you
to go to
already know.
Counterpoint, Tomorrow
Yes,
Road and all that. So Zed and Skrillex and all that. And
yeah. This was like before that. Like my favorite DJ that I ever saw from back in the day. I love DJ Dara was amazing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? AK-1200 is a little bit jump uppy. I like Pendulum.
Okay.
Bad Company. Stuff like that.
all the ones. Okay.
Yeah, and I can say that probably one of my favorite sets that I ever saw was Carl Cox at 1150 a long time ago, which is opera now. That was a dope set. I've seen some really good.
Ooh.
That's the thing that people don't even realize that I know like how I know about.
Yeah.
I know like all of it. I know about like all the genres like that. Hip hop, reggae,
The whole mix.
Yeah.
So if you had to say one was your favorite, what would it be?
My favorite,
Your go-to, like
dub reggae.
Really?
Because it doesn't have a lot of words, and you can like have that shit in the background.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
It's
You
good
can
vibe
meditate
music.
to it. It's just like
Very true. It's the vibe. Yeah. What about you, Daffodil? What's your favorite genre of music? Is it rod wave?
Oh.
Hey, I just went right here.
So like, and this formulated a lot of my music. I listen to a lot of rock music too.
Okay.
Like a lot of
come
that.
on, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I'm a big Aerosmith.
Nirvana.
Yeah, man. Linkin Park. The
Yeah.
good stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
Coldplay.
And I listen to a lot of emo music.
Okay.
And I listened to like that like when Missy Elliott came out, it was different.
Yeah.
It was completely different.
The out the
things
box.
Yes, I listened to music like that.
Okay, so
you like Avril Lavigne? Avril
Yeah.
Lavigne?
You got to love
I know,
Avril
she
Lavigne.
said something
now.
earlier where I knew that
so
she-
complicated.
I still listen to Hanson.
What? I don't listen to Hanson now.
I have another concert. So it's crazy. I've been working media and doing this for so long. I've been working media and doing this for so long. I've always been behind the scenes, but I've never actually been to a concert where I could just be a consumer.
Like not even as a kid?
Mm-mm. Preacher's daughter. I couldn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do
feel
nothing.
that.
I couldn't.
They
my
had me on
parents-
lockdown
I was
too.
Do y'all want to
Lockdown.
know what my first concert
Yes.
was? MC Hammer.
Damn.
Really?
Was you dancing?
Hell yeah. I had the black shoes with the ribbons that he used to wear. Man, I was like literally
That was
dressed.
probably
We
a
were
lit ass
colorful.
concert.
It actually was. I remember I was dancing. I like fell like over like the seats at the
Yeah.
Sun Dome in Tampa.
Oh
I
my
like kind of like fell.
God.
Yeah, because we were trying to dance and stuff. That's the only thing about some
That's
concerts.
back in the day. Yeah, you could really dance.
Yeah, I think that it was also the Sun Dome, so I think the aisles were kind of small because we didn't have no problems dancing at the State Farm Arena for the Chris Brown concert last year.
Dang. So I'm curious, like seeing music back then and music now, what do you feel like it's missing? Because
Now?
yeah, like because we
Okay,
could
I'm
dance
gonna tell
back
you.
then.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm ready.
And it's not even just dance music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like song structure and interesting songs. Like think about like Bohemian Rhapsody. When was the last fucking time somebody made a song
No
like that?
compositional skills.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. Liberian Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can think of Labra Seafray. It's just like when you break down those songs, especially like a lot of old Isaac Hayes, Rare Grooves, longer songs. I know I said some ballads there, but those songs have a lot of structure. They change a lot. Their tempo might change. But I'm not talking about just one tempo change, like Life is Good or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking like breakdown. The
whole, it's a performance.
Yeah,
I still listen to
exactly.
the SOS band. Don't judge me.
I like that too. I do too. But
Tell
you know
nobody.
what though? I still like getting in my car and listening to some like brand new friggin' like just trap music or something like that. I do, because you know what? The world, especially being a woman, the world is a very like scary place for us.
Yeah.
And when I listen to that shit and I'm headed into somewhere, it gives me like the confidence that I need, especially when I'm listening to like my artists. Because I'm like, this motherfucker ain't gonna tell me nothing.
I'm pumped up
who
all the
fuck
way. Turn up then.
What my records are, so it just kind of like gave me confidence like that.
I love that you said that, because I feel like people look at our social media pages and they don't know that we're normal people. We still have those moments where we're like, damn, I'm kind of unsure of myself today, or I'm introverted today. I don't feel like being an extrovert today. Like I'm more of an introvert. That's why I love that you said like, I'm a little bit more like
so I can
laid
get
back.
in the car and get on a jugathon with young Scooter, and then I'm good by the time I get there. Then I'm acting like Fuchs, like
I done sold like 5 bricks. I done moved a whole bunch of cocaine in the back end. I done whipped that thing about 5 times before I get there. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Yes, exactly.
Listen, I love the conversation. We come back, we're going to dive some more into DJ Roots Queen and Daffodil, talk about the music, the women in the music, and how the masterminds come together. Y'all know what time it is. This girl, I am Chelsea Speaks. Women are dope. 101 TKO Radio. Don't go nowhere.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
too scared. Matter of fact, call me Mr. Chase that cheap. Grams on my wrist cost like 10 G's. I feel like Buzz got all these carrots on my teeth.
Windows 5% tinted, can't even see it's me. I done missed a couple plays, my shit on D&D. Put me in the game on the VP. Take you out that Yoda, put you in an AMG. I count chicken, she know I'm
101 TKO Radio, we are back in the building with DJ Roots Queen and Daffodil. Y'all already know what time it is.
What's up, y'all?
Hey. What's up? What's up? So listen, we were talking about the Music 404. They got a lot of big things coming up. Now, for you, who is an artist that you would like to work with, like your dream artist right now, Daffodil? Sweet.
Willow Smith.
Willow. Okay, I like Willow. I actually listen to her music too as well. It's pretty good.
Wait a minute.
She has some, I think of it. I like that. Does she have any more music?
She does.
She does?
She has a lot with her brother too, like PCH.
Gotta check them out. After he wore that house on his head to the award show, I was kind of just like taken back
It's
a little bit.
It's a guard. I mean, whatever.
I mean, you know, it's posh. You know, it's giving demure. You know. So listen, when it comes to music being submitted to you, DJ Roots Queen, like, how do you process that? Like, what's going through your mind when you're getting these new tracks nowadays? Like, what do you think?
I will tell you all about my process, but first I want to say that what you just said about Jaden. Listen, we need the fashion police back so bad. I never thought I would say we need the police. But the fashion police, we need them.
So it's a yay or nay, ups or down for that look.
Yeah. Fashion policing, you're busted.
Ooh, got him.
And here's your citation.
He needs one for real.
Yeah, he definitely did need one.
We used to have. You remember Apollo had the Sandman?
Yeah.
Like why we can't have one for fashion? Like go to events and somebody just run up to you.
We did.
Like, really?
It died with Joan Rivers. Remember she used to be on Entertainment Tonight, and she'd be like, "We're the fashion police," and they would walk around and be like, "What are you wearing?"
We do need some more Joan Rivers back. Yeah. But you know, do you think that the era could take that? Because I feel like this generation is so sensitive now. Like you were able to be honest.
Sensitive.
Like, don't say that. Oh my God.
I know. Now I'm like that now. And you know, I always kind of was like that. So I really feel like we desensitized ourselves too.
Yeah. You think it's due to social media and kind of how things are?
No, I think it happened in the 90s. I think
really?
It's just, I think it's just, you know, you got to think in the 90s, I was in the 80s too, but more so the 90s was the first time we really heard like really explicit music.
That's true. Back That Ass Up was like one of the first songs like I heard for the first time when I was like 14. Like,
yeah, I mean, my dad used to buy me all kinds of music. So
really?
I had like a Virgin on vinyl when I was a kid. He would buy.
You had it on vinyl?
Yeah,
that's lit.
He bought me. I remember he bought me Bon Jovi when I was like in first grade. So of course I liked it. But then he bought me Guns N' Roses, and he wouldn't mind buying me like parental advisory. So I know that there was.
Yeah.
But Axl Rose wasn't saying shit like Tupac was saying.
Yeah, that's a whole different side of the spectrum right there.
And then one of the first hip hop songs that I ever really heard that was that kind of hip hop and not like Florida booty music.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Baby Got Back.
Okay. Luke and all that.
All that kind of stuff. It was. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was two songs: "Violent" by Tupac and "My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me." When I heard "My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me,"
that's a whole
I was
shock.
No, it wasn't a shock. I was like, "Where the fuck has this been all my life?
Really?
This is what I want to hear. This is what the type of music that I've been looking for." Everything else seemed so like candy to me.
So you wanted that hardcore, like straight, give it to me like it is type music. So where did the name Roots Queen come from? I was curious.
Okay, so the name Roots Queen came from, I used to DJ with a band called Rock Steady at 8.
Okay.
And I was trying to decide what my new DJ name was going to be. My first DJ name was Minga because people always say I look like a Japanimation character. Especially now with
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, so now with the names like this,
it's giving Sailor Moon a little bit.
They always say I look like the chick that has no, it's a guy. There's a anime character that has half white and half two colors of hair. So basically, I was playing, roots and dub reggae like between their set when they would be in an intermission, and this was on Yeoman's. This is Yeoman's something. It was on Davis Island, which is like not far from Channelside, down by Ybor. And Jason, he was Nigerian, but he was the lead singer. Even back then, the Nigerians are still trying to be Jamaican.
And Haitians too.
Yes. And he said, "Everybody give it up for the Roots Queen."
That stuck, huh?
And I was like, "That's it. That's my name." It was like ordained. I felt like I was like ordained.
It was like, That was it.
And and I had to fight a lot for my name too.
Really?
Yeah. What I say fight a lot for it, I mean, a lot of people and branding experts would be like, it doesn't fit your look, because you're not black. You would think somebody who's black would have that name. Da 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 da. And I was like, you know what? I was like, that's my name that was like given to me.
Yeah. How you gonna tell me I don't fit my?
Yeah. I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because what my name means is very, very, very specific.
And it's about me. I bring the name to life. So what are we talking about?
I was like, that like I can go like turn on a freaking Damian Marley dub plate where he's saying my name, right? That's why my name is Roots Queen.
Like, hello? That somebody told me that women are dope. This lady was like, your brand women are dope. It's not going to make it because, dope and women, well, I like to smoke a little weed. So, and I mean, that don't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, I didn't want to be anybody outside of like, bro, I just believe women are dope. Like, I just feel like that. So that's the thing. Is you hitting that? Is that you? Oh, I thought, okay.
I heard it too.
You hear it too?
I don't know.
Like,
is it my phone? Because I don't know. I don't know. I see when it did that, it was like something happened on my phone too.
I
So
was like, is he back there cheering the glass or something?
I do that with my man. We'll both get a notification at the same time, and I'll be like, is he logged into something of mine?
You know what? And also, congratulations. Give them a round of applause. They just celebrated 10 years as well. So I'm curious, how is it having a relationship and being in this industry? Because I feel like women, we go through so much. Like, men can look available, but sometimes it's safer to have somebody as a woman.
It's definitely safer,
like,
especially with what I do.
Yo,
I wouldn't be able to move like I move like that, there's a reason why like when I go certain places I dress a certain way. I have certain mannerisms and behaviors.
For real.
I fall back. I know how to not be the main character. I'm the only white girl with bright red hair.
I swear.
They fucking see you,
Yo,
bitch. They will see me.
So real. But that's real. You really gotta shift how you act because you know how people look at you like, I'm 5'1". I done had all kind of people holler at me, and I'm like, I really kind of want to just dress like, because I don't feel like attracting all that attention. Like, I'm here to do a job. Like, you really got to step outside. Like, so what's the most awkward moment you've had?
Okay. I was DJing. I was going to DJ. It was a gig that Tracy Steele gave me. Shouts out to Tracy Steele, one of my best friends. I don't know. Y'all didn't know.
I'm scared of them.
Okay, so I went on tour with her artist that she couldn't do. Her name was Carly, I think. This was in the 2010, in 2011. So we're at Hampton University, and I'm doing sound check for Black College Tour. And we're all standing outside, and the guy that's the sound tech, he says, oh, where's your DJ out? And Carly, she's like, she's right there. She said, right there. And the dude was like looking over my head. He was looking over my head. Hold on, let me show you what he was doing. Looking for the DJ over my head.
Like,
yeah.
I know you lying.
I'm not.
Boom. Right. Like, what is it like? Because I can imagine you probably get a lot of men, because, men in this industry can be weird. They can be intimidated by you easily. How do you deal with that? Because I feel like as women in this industry, you kind of act like you don't see it.
You want to know how?
How?
Well, I make sure that I show up at the spaces where I get the most respect. Does that make sense? I don't put myself in that type of situation.
That's real.
I spend a lot of time online talking to people as well. And when I go places, I'm normally like media or doing something like that. I'm not just like out partying with my friends. Like not like that.
Yeah. So you feel like it's something you kind of graduate to? Because I feel like I know when I first started, I was like hanging out, but then there's a fork in the road with your career where you like, look, I can't be outside and perform. Like, you got to be an introvert to serve these people.
Exactly. You can't. And also, the other problem with it too, and the other reason why I would love to be outside everywhere all the time, but I have like just certain things that I can't go against. Like, I'm not about to pay $20 fucking to park somewhere where I park for free for 20 years.
Man.
You got me fucked up.
And Atlanta will do that to you for real too.
Yeah, like, what do you mean I gotta park here?
Like, I'm the DJ. Like, you don't see my name on the flyer.
Shit like that.
I hate doing it. I'd be like, so I'm the host, right? So we finna play. No, I don't even play them type of games. No.
Yeah,
no.
so I make sure I know all that shit beforehand. So that's really what it is that, like I said, the more people know you and the more that you're out in those type of situations and stuff, it takes time. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people, I just never quit.
Yeah.
That's all that it was.
That's
really
what it be. Yeah. I feel like you bury yourself so deep in it that you can't even afford to quit at this point. Like, it's like, I just got to keep going at this point.
Listen, I went, got the degree, put out all these job applications, never even heard of a single thing back because it's the whole ghost job thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a real thing.
They say now, you know, a job board and online is not the best way to apply for a job. Excuse me, what? You forced us to do that when I always got jobs before walking into a place and using my personality.
And calling people being like, hey, did you get my resume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have that.
No.
It's literally like, why would you have that? Why would it exist?
Yeah.
Other than for you to just collect information.
Which is really retarded as I don't know what. Like, data is king. Like, it's really, really weird. Like, so I'm curious. Walk me through a day in your life.
Okay. Well, it just depends on what's going on that day. But, you know, I usually wake up. I drink my Rise mushroom coffee.
Okay.
I do that. Depending on what's going on, I try to do some yoga. I haven't in a while because I had gotten a car accident and everything.
Oh, wow.
You know, it depends. Like I said, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna, you know, take a bath, get all ready, you know, start some laundry or something like that. You know, check and make sure everything's clean around the house. Open up my computer, check my DMs, see what everything's doing. Go to my schedules that, you know, ChatGPT made for me about what my time blocks are, what I'm supposed to be doing at a certain time.
Okay.
That's how I'm able to work on four businesses every day.
Wow.
Is I just spend 2 hours doing this, 2 hours doing that, 2 hours doing this. Lately, this 404-day thing has taken all of my time.
As expected.
All of my time. And you know what? It's not even the fact that certain things are like too expensive or right now, and it's not even that. Let's see what I'm trying to say about that. It's not even that I know that other people can do it, but they just can't do it like me. Like when I do things, you know.
Yeah, when you have a vision in your head, even as a musician, like you know,
I gotta over-explain too much.
Yeah, like
it's like, you know,
and I don't like going back and forth.
No, like girl. Sometimes I'll be trying to get ChatGPT to like pull some data for me out of something, and then I'll be like, oh, add this to it, and then it'll delete some shit. They'll do some shit I never told it to do. I will literally turn that shit off and just go do it by hand. I was like, it's gonna take me longer to be like, okay, now
but
do
it's
this.
Gonna be right.
Yeah, but my shit's gonna be right, and it's not gonna be all jacked up doing things that I didn't tell it to do and stuff.
Dang.
Because we all had a ChatGPT disaster where you're just like, you know what, scratch that, let's just start over.
Yeah, and ChatGPT sometimes can be hit or miss too, because like it can be like, I wasn't talking about that right there.
Yeah, exactly. It can be hit or miss. So it's definitely all about the prompts, and that's not the only one that exists too. There's like plenty of others that exist.
But the free version of ChatGPT be hitting sometimes.
Oh yeah. I have the paid version, but I just think that AI is just really great because what it does is like you got to understand there is so much digital media and work and stuff to do every day.
Yes.
We don't have enough time. I don't have enough time in my lifetime to write all the copy that I need to write by hand for fucking advertising.
Yo, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I tell people running a social media for yourself and your business, let alone adding people to it, you can't just be an artist anymore. You can't just be a creative. You have to also really move like a business, and you have to have those tools in place or you just not going to get nothing done.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, and that's a good thing about AI too, is that you can teach it things. So, you know, for example, I have a bunch of writings and professional development things that I've done. And, you know, just different copy and things that I've written throughout the years about art, you know, about all kinds of things.
That's so dope.
Yeah. So now instead of like having to sit there and, okay, let me look at this artist's socials and do this. I can go to chart metrics. I can get all their information. I can put all their information, and I could be like, what would you recommend to optimize this artist marketing plan based on my business?
Wow.
I'm not saying I'm going to use it word for word, but it gives you something to start with. Because I don't know about you, but I know everybody has that time where it's like you have this like procrastinating brain where you can't think. You just can't think, and you got to go take a whole nap or something.
Listen, I got to go outside, smoke 3 blunts.
Or that, yes, exactly. So
yeah, I don't think they understand how much it is. Like the music, I feel like is easy at this point. It's running the whole business, having to get those ads out and things like that. And I just love the fact that you mentioned that because it's funny how we see people on social media and we just don't have any idea of the layers. And I'm be honest, when I first saw you, I was so intimidated. I was like, I was nervous.
Really?
Nelly knows, like, because I'm
crazy.
actually.
I feel like I walk in the room and everybody doesn't like me because I'm white. That's how I feel.
No, and I'm
the way people talk online, I would think everybody would hate me.
I'm in my head. I'm like Nelly, I have to take Roots Queen. Like I was legit nervous. Like,
oh my god.
So to hear that you have so many layers, and to hear like Nelly, I be talking about like marketing. I'm like, oh my god, we have so much in common. Like she just doing her thing, just like anybody else. Like social media can be either for you or against you, but I love that there are so many layers.
And the other part about it too is another reason why I like to know how to do things, because it's just like I don't like to trust somebody with something of mine and I don't know what they're doing with it, especially like accounting and stuff like that.
Listen, I was working with a marketing person and she started kind of using my clients and I was like, let me ask you, that's kind of ethically messed up, ain't it? Like if I'm your client, how are you getting you have access to my data?
Yeah,
people don't know that's a real thing.
That's why how I clear that up is that especially with like my interns and things like that, I throw them clients, if that makes sense. Like I might not necessarily feel like dealing with or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really want to work with everybody.
That's true. Yeah, I ain't got time.
Yeah, I expect, and at the end of the day, people are interns and they're showing up every week. I want them to. That's the whole
still
point
have some
of
type of
being an intern,
let me get some money.
to be able to get some leads. So I let people take leads at this point.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah,
and that kind of like nips it in the bud with that kind of stuff.
That's a good.
You can just expect that, and
that's real. That's real. So I'm curious, what do you feel like is one thing that most people would not even think was true about you?
Oh,
a big misconception.
I've done things in my life that could have got me a lot of time in prison.
You know what? I can see that in your eyes. I see the sparkle in your eyes when you say that. I think we all have done that.
Yeah, there's a reason you could call me a trapper, I guess. That's a retired trapper,
Listen,
like I said, we were in the rave scene, so we were.
You know how that rave scene go. I had my fanny pack working that crowd. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was a little MC too.
And that was when so we're on live. So that was when the shit was good, and it was like red triangle, Mercedes Benz, Dolphins,
and then the after parties were really real.
Okay, well I guess there were real after. Okay, now it's 25 years later. We had people that would like break into vets and get the nitrous, and dentists they would get the nitrous,
the ketamine,
and the ketamine. Yeah, and I'm telling you, we would cook the ketamine up on the stove like it was fucking.
I've seen it.
Packs.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
we would sell the balloons at the rave.
The whippets and all.
And you know what's really crazy is that's the whole reason why they did the anti-rave act was because a girl that my friend Nate sold a balloon to fell and hit her head at our event, and she went home and fell asleep and did not wake up.
Yo,
they tried to charge his ass with murder and everything. We're the reasons why the anti-rave act.
So it's y'all's fault.
It is.
See, I was the only black girl in a group of white people. Like my first black school was until I was 13.
I had a girl like that. Her name is Taquana.
And I was always like on the rave scene. Like, how is this black chick on the rave scene? But that's where I learned music.
The rave scene, like that I grew up in, it was very plur and very diverse.
On, peace, love, unity,
yeah, it was very diverse. Plur means peace, love, unity, and respect.
Yeah,
exactly.
I used to get the bracelets. I used to meet people, and they used to put the little bracelets
on.
Yes,
I just did that. My girl called me. She's like, listen, can you do merch tonight at this rave, I believe? And I was like, how much are they paying? And she told me. I was like, sure, I'll be there.
Man, listen.
And this girl, she's like, it's my first rave. And I was like, hey, come here. And we were like, put the thing on her. And we were like, here. And we like dubbed her. And like, her friend was so cute.
I took Nelly to a rave probably like a year ago. And I think I had Nelly out to about 8 in the morning. He was looking like, it was cocaine from the left to the right. But it was just the energy. Once you've had that experience with that type of crowd where like music and love, and it don't matter. You ain't got to know nobody.
And you know what? And that's the crazy thing too is that raves get really bad stigma. But every party or club scene,
love.
They all do drugs and buy them.
Absolutely.
Like every scene does. It
Everybody
doesn't matter.
does.
It's just they get the stigma because of the whole 90s ecstasy thing, rolling face and stuff like that. So I'm just glad there's no pictures from us back then.
Bruh. Y'all. I lost this tooth ganking on it.
Shut up.
I swear to you.
I got my tongue pierced on Orange Avenue
when
I was 18, and then we went to the after party and we had rolls.
Man, listen.
My tongue was so swole.
I woke up and my tooth was like, I knew then in because I used to walk around
Yeah.
with a bag of Molly because he's a data guy that sold, and I just
we used to stick our little pinky in. That was in the 2000s.
listen. But when you've been to the edge, when you get into the scene now, I think that's why we're so relaxed
everything
because
has
we've seen
fentanyl
everything
now. Everything has fentanyl in it now, so I don't even recommend I don't.
It's not the same. Yeah,
it's definitely not the same. And we were in Florida, so whatever we had back then is definitely not the same as they had now.
And
Even
Florida
the weed was different.
Yeah. Like I feel like it's just a whole different. And then you could develop a family on the rave scene.
And then the other question I have is, how you go to these? Yeah, I definitely had a family.
We
called ourselves a family. I'm still friends with all of them. I remember Base Family. I know them, right?
For real?
Yes, I know Base Family. Yeah, I used to go to their events at what is it, Mansion Elon? Remember we did?
Yeah. Do you know a tall guy named Daniel Daughter? He's an attorney, and he was one of the biggest ravers. Like
I probably
he was like the biggest 6-foot white dude.
MJ used to manage me too, like in the a long ass time ago. Yeah, I was a Concrete Jungle resident.
Dang.
Yeah, Atlanta.
MJ gave me my first shot on stage as a black MC on the rave scene.
Hey,
that's wild. I have a special place for MJ. That's my dog.
So do I.
Oh
He's
my God, I love that. So listen, we got 404 Day coming up. What can we look forward to? What can we expect? What's coming down the pipeline?
Okay, so 404 Day is really, 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 really dope. I'm so excited. So the doors open at 1, and I really want the artists to try to get there before 3, because between 1 and 3, we're not doing any performances or anything like that. We're doing interviews on site for me. So we've got the whole media lockdown, and so that's gonna be dope. And then I really do want people to get on the red carpet and just get it together before Zay, because Zay is gonna get there around like 2:30 or something like that. Because at 3, when the performances start, we're starting the cookout then, and Zay is gonna be grilling for everybody. And
if that ain't Atlanta 404 Day, come on with it.
Yeah, so the whole purpose of 404 was we're not just celebrating 404 Day. And I know that we did a lot to put a lot of these artists on there and everything like that, but this isn't even really about that. It's about us showing Zay, because you got to understand this man. Like when you Zaytoven, everybody thinks you got money, and he does have money. And however, that doesn't mean that we don't pull up and do something for him sometimes, because that's the thing that people don't know about rich people, is that they don't have nobody doing shit for them ever.
Yo, they don't understand. They are the sole resource for everything, and don't nobody pour back into them.
Never. So I always make sure that I pour back into these people like that. So
I love that. I love that. So it's gonna be a whole vibe.
Yeah, exactly. So that we're doing that at 3. Then the performances start after that, and we have some really, really great performances. TK Kravitz is now performing.
Okay.
China Monet is performing. Yes, exactly. I got my little hood artist on there too. Rag Baby 4192 Diesel. Okay. Oh my gosh. Asian A, that's my niece.
Okay.
She's performing.
Okay.
Ooh, my phone is on the live, so I can't really look right now. That's what I'm trying to. But
got a whole little shindig. Nelly, give me a round of applause. You over there caking in the
I
damn
know.
corner.
But it's on my page. All the people that are performing, and I'm just really, really, really excited. We have 2 stages, and there's going to be a car show. Shit, I forgot to say that.
Oh my God, I love
mini car show. So so basically we're gonna have it's gonna be like gated, and we're gonna have the inside and the outside.
I love that.
And like I said, 2 stages, and it's just gonna be really great. Oh yeah, Mook B is performing too.
Come on now.
Mook B, I had to get me my little old
Come
school
on
guy.
in. I'm glad you
And
did.
I really feel like everybody booked. All these other people scrambled to book like all the old school artists that already perform for us all the time.
Yeah.
So that made me want to go
and get
the
some
new
of the
art.
new.
I was like, who's new out here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta know who the new.
Yeah, oh yeah. So shouts out to DJ Puda. Me and him really put our heads together and like really have tirelessly been texting each other 24 hours a day about this, unless we were sleeping.
Trying to get it done.
Getting it done.
Yeah.
And then shouts out to Digital Dope, like just doing the schedule. Everybody has been asking us, when is the schedule? But you don't even understand. When you see
it's a lot that goes into that. I don't think they realize how much work goes into that scheduling and stuff like that, trying to manage all that.
Yeah, because we're trying to stagger schedule.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure that it's not 2 artists that are going to be like
just 2 back to back.
No, not 2 back to back. One on the inside, one on the outside.
Okay, so clashing.
So we don't want it to clash where people don't know where they want to go. We don't want nobody to miss
Everybody
anything.
should have their time to shine. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that you're considering the artist because I feel like not a lot of people do
No,
that.
that's what I do is consider the artist.
I love that.
This was not like no money grab
Yeah.
or nothing like that. Of course, we had slots for sale. We always finna do that. Always.
Look at the bag.
But that wasn't like the focus. The focus was on like curation.
Yeah.
And who is gonna make them get the most out of this? Is it gonna be, and for me, I feel like, some of the independent artists that are, from the streets and in the streets.
Yeah.
I feel like they deserve it more because they really
be out here getting
boost.
it. Yeah.
They really need that
That's what they doing it for. Yeah.
Yeah, they really need that boost to get that check. And this time around, I do want to make sure that y'all remember me when it comes.
When that check comes, slide it on by that way.
Yeah, exactly. I love the plaques, but I have so many of them now that I just don't even
We
want
want
that.
we want the bag.
Yeah,
we want
and
the
you know
money.
what? And I don't even want to hear that nobody does that because people do that shit all the time. P came and handed me a $300 envelope with $300 in it for breaking drip like this.
See, that's real. That's real. Can we go back to that?
Yeah,
Appreciating
$300
our DJs.
to every DJ, and it was like we had like 30 DJs.
Man, and that goes a long way when you're creative. That's your gas money and then some, because they don't understand how much it takes. Well, what's up for you, Deputy? What you got coming on?
I'm performing for 4 days.
Ew.
I'm excited. A little nervous too, though.
Okay.
But I'm excited. Do some networking, get up there and rock the stage, be up in there. Nigga, what you tripping for?
Oh, exactly. You finna come out the box on them.
Yeah.
I love that. Listen, it's gonna be a whole vibe, one way or the other. So I am excited to see you. How many songs you doing?
3.
Okay, 3. You gonna get up in the morning and do some meditation? What's your preparation look like?
More practice.
Practice
Definitely,
makes
I'm
perfect.
telling her to practice. And if you knew how many times this girl tried to quit and everything like that, I said, you know what? I said, you know what? Your ass is crazy enough to where you might really be the one to fuck around and make about it all.
Yeah, you
folks.
probably gonna because it's always the problem one. That,
I'm
that's what
telling
it
you.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
And you're gonna be so humble and
then
chill
she's
when
like,
it
what
hit
do you
too.
mean? Can you explain that to me? What you meant about my destiny yesterday? I was like, girl, I'm at work. Bye.
Get the fuck on my phone.
I know. I was like, go ask ChatGPT.
Right. Like, what is my destiny? Well, listen, it's been a pleasure to sit down with both of you. I cannot wait. I know we have a lot of things coming up. I know we are April 27th together again for the set. Shout out to Amy for the big one. I was so damn high. Man, I was so high with Queen. I was like, I gotta go home.
I had to DJ the whole damn time, so I was not as high.
I
as
feel
I was.
like you was probably looking at everything going on. Like, do you ever just be like, what in the world is happening? Like, cause I feel like you catch so much.
No, I don't. And that was light work compared to some of the crazy shit.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know. Like me, I'm weird, and that's the other thing too is that I have such a niche market.
Yeah.
Sure, I could go be like the other female DJs, like I'm DJing here and I'm going to DJ there, but I decentered myself and made it like about the artist.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I like to be up in there, especially from DJing in strip clubs, like and everything, and me like in jungle and drum and bass and that hard shit.
Yeah.
I want to be up there playing the hardest shit ever. I want a bunch of
Bunch of bitches.
no, not just bitches. I want 20 blunts rolled. I want shiesty masks behind me. Like they with their auntie got them. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Goons on go.
Yes, exactly. And let me tell you what, I love being able to. That was okay. When I was younger and I was in school, I had a lot of bullies because I was really pretty, and I didn't know that.
I understand.
I did not know how pretty I was.
You never know. You never know.
And I started looking around at the other bitches.
Same.
Yo.
Same. They like to bully the pretty
That
ones.
is a lot. I never
So-
thought I carried no weight until I was like, damn, that's for real. That's how you feel.
I
Yeah,
might be
I
a
didn't
gorgeous
realize it
motherfucker.
until Facebook came
Yeah.
around. They started coming into my DMs and telling me, "I'm
Hell
so sorry
yeah.
for how I treated you. I was just like jealous because you were so much prettier than me."
Wow. And we be thinking like, no, it wasn't even. And people really will be mad at
Yeah,
you.
so I literally realized that I dimmed my own light down when I should have just
Turned up.
Yeah, when I should have just turned up, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager, you just
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
And I was never an ugly duckling or anything like that. But
Same.
I'm trying to tell you, like, I can remember in my 20s of being around and like all the groupies and all this type of shit. And I just didn't dress like that or anything like
Your
that.
energy wasn't given that.
It
and
wasn't given none of
yeah.
that. And I was like, because I wasn't as so glam and shit like that. And I
That
was
made
like,
you even better.
well, no, it made me feel like they were like so much prettier than me or sexier or something like that. When I wasn't a groupie hoe, so I didn't have to dress like that.
Yeah,
you know?
That really be what it is. Like I'm only 5'1", but I get around a lot of women. I'm like, okay, I feel small, but then I be like,
they wish they were short.
They wish they were short. They wish they were small. They wish they were unique and things like that. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, now I realize that what y'all trying to get, I am. So at this point,
exactly,
you might be that shit a little bit. Well, listen.
Okay, before we get it, let me finish that statement.
Let's do it.
So with the what I was saying about the bullying, that's one of the reasons why I keep them around me. I keep them around me because when people try me on, I was like, you pull up to the Chevron on Glenwood and let's see how good it really is.
On site.
Yeah.
On
Come
site.
to the 107 where I live and talking that shit.
You gotta be like that, though. That's the sad part. You gotta have that protection around you. Like, it comes with the territory. You would like to think that people wouldn't try you, but the prettier you are, the harder of time. I always say if I was ugly, they probably would be able to, they would like me if I was ugly.
Yeah, exactly.
Wish I was ugly. Well, listen, before we get out of here, drop that social media handle. Where can we get in touch with you? How can they lock in with you? Go ahead and put it on the airways one time.
Daffodil, Instagram, __DAPHODILL__. Tap in with me today, tomorrow, next month, next year, until it's a century, a decade from now.
Okay, so
Run it up.
Also, before I tell you guys my social media, I wanted to let you guys know that until midnight, you can still get 404-day tickets for $15.
Yeah.
Yes, the link is in my bio. And I know there's a lot of 404-day stuff going on, but this is for the real trappers.
Okay. This is the real thing.
Yeah, and we will be getting searched coming in. The aunties of Atlanta are going to be in the building, so we're going to have a lot of chaperones, making sure everybody behaves.
Oh, Lord, they don't even behave. I love my real aunties. I love my aunties.
You know what I mean when I say behave.
Yeah.
Have fun and not fight or anything like that.
I love them.
Yeah.
That's such a
and that's the
good
thing, too. I want to prove to people that we can get this together. And,
Yes.
And like, because I've already heard people be like, oh, they got so-and-so on there. Yeah, don't put, if you're scared, stay the fuck away then. I'm not scared. People want to, like, we're trying to, like, change.
We trying to make some things happen around here. Like, it's enough room.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to change and figure it out so, they don't have to go back to that or do all that extra stuff. And I don't have to say, because you got to understand, like, I don't get no reunion concerts in 20 years.
Yeah.
All my artists dead.
Yeah.
Or they're in jail.
That's real. So you got to go ahead and start making shit now.
So I'm trying to, I'm like, what do I got to do to help these young men understand how special that they are and what lengths people will go through to hurt them. Just like with Scooter, Recipe Street. Seriously. That was like the craziest shit.
I was not expecting that. That was, and I still don't feel good about that.
No, at all. I'm just glad that bitch got arrested.
Yeah.
And then they called her a Baddies contestant. She was not on Baddies.
I was like, that is not her.
That bitch was a contestant. Okay.
Man.
So she was like, I want to be Baddies reject.
She wanted to be and she got beat up on the audition. She got mollywopped. Like, she tried to steal the mic from somebody and they like knocked her upside her head, like knocked her whole wig off.
What the fuck is wrong with this?
I don't know what it is. That's not the gladiators for like women who ready to fight. Like, nah. I said, I'm audition. I don't know if I'll make it.
I definitely am not ready to fight anymore. Like I said, when you're over 40,
let me be the therapist.
You accidentally get in a fight, I gotta whoop your kid or something. You'd be like, oh,
it's gonna hurt me more than you. Yes. Literally. Well, drop your social media handle.
Okay, sorry, I got to
get in touch with you.
At DJ Roots Queen, ROOTSQUEEN. Roots like the tree, queen like the bee.
Listen, well, thank you for making time to come sit down with me. Shout out to Movement Radio. Shout out to Daffodil. Y'all know what time it is. Dope women do dope things. It's your girl, I Am Chelsea Speaks. Make sure you get those tickets to 404 a day. The link is in her bio. $15 until midnight. And don't forget, tomorrow night, we're going to be at Seafood Social, getting some seafood for karaoke. So y'all stay locked in. We definitely got to have you come out one weekend. Just get a table.
They want me to come out. I think they want me to DJ there. Wednesdays.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I said not this Wednesday because it was my 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, not the next. The next.
And you want to know, before we get out of here, you want to know the advice of how to, okay, y'all are going to hate each other. Y'all are going to cuss each other out. You're going to want to never see that person again. And then at the end of the day, something still makes you turn around and go back. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Because you got to remember that everybody has bad days and stuff like that. And his mom, my mother-in-law, is the one that really taught me that. She's like, you just got to get up and you just got to move on. You do. You know? You do. People just break up for no damn reason these days.
Listen, I've been reading this book called Forgive What You Can't Forget. And I'm really big on grace and extending people grace because nobody's perfect. So once you keep that in mind, it makes it a lot easier. You're just two people trying to live in this life together, still growing, still trying to reflect. So you got to hang in there.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's just like, yesterday was it was our 10-year anniversary. We're planning an event right now, so
we can't even celebrate.
No,
you got to do it from the side.
Listen, we tried to meet and get something to at least try to get some lunch or something like that. And it didn't work out, and then we saw each other like briefly in the morning, but that was like it.
Don't even count.
Yeah.
So after this, are you gonna celebrate?
Yeah, we'll probably go to like Jeju or something like that. But to be honest with you, we've done a lot of traveling, and with the things that are going on in the world right now,
yeah, it's almost like stay home.
I don't really feel comfortable like going out on some lavish shit.
Yeah,
let's go to Little Bangkok and
you
get
know
some
what I'm saying,
and then go like Netflix and chill.
Take me to 6 feet under. That's it. Just give me a good meal and let me go.
Exactly, and I think that's what's wrong with the girls of the world today is that they don't understand that it's not going to be like that all the time. Yeah. Even if you with a rich man or a rapper, it's going to be some days.
It's the normal that sustains you. It's in the everyday normal that sustains you. That's that real relationship. When all this is said and gone, can you be with this person side by side?
And what are you finna do for them?
Hello, a little bit of head, ain't forget. Yeah. Listen, it's the girl, I am Chelsea Speaks. Make sure y'all stay locked in. DJ Roots Queen and Daffodil. 101 TKO Radio. Download that app, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We got another show on the way. But you know how I always do. Do your thing and do it big. Bye.
Listen, check